Have you ever asked yourself what this means, love is blind? I mean, people fall in love every day. We truly enjoy these emotional and magical moments to the fullest. But when love is not sustained, then we have a problem. It can be very sad, like death. And I'd like to know here, how many of you have ever had a broken heart? Say, ouch. Come on. All right, I did it definitely. But anyway, I think we all know what it meant back then. We had this broken heart. We shared it with friends, with family. We've been sad and angry and emotional and everything. But when time passed by, we identified our lessons, but even more importantly, we didn't stop believing in love. We didn't lose faith in love and fell in love again. So I'm asking myself, why don't we behave in the same manner when it comes to business failures? Is it because we don't want to be associated with failures? Is it because we rather pretend that everything is good instead of talking about embarrassing things? So what a huge mistake this would be. And in order to prove you that, I will start by confessing that I'm a failure as well. So my story starts with a bromance par excellence. Two friends, two brothers from different mothers. We gained the perfect moment after 15 years of a friendship to found a company. And everything was amazing. We had a great idea. We raised a lot of money. We had a lot of media coverage. But the life of an entrepreneur is full with ups and also downs. And when our roller coaster went down for the first time, we haven't been able to react in a proper manner. So sadly that our friendship fell apart. And if you ask me how we dealt afterwards with that, not at all, otherwise we still would be friends. So a lot of people try to motivate us with 9 out of 10 businesses fail. So I started 10. I changed my thinking, it changed my mind. And this one is one I really like a lot, is mistakes counts as done, so let's do mistakes. So anyway, we heard them all, but why do still people think that failure are bad? My opinion is that it's a matter of having or not having an error culture. A culture that is associated with communicating about failure, sharing failure experiences, and also helping each other when it comes to error situations. So since I'm organizing for a couple of years already the FuckUp Nights, an event where people come to the stage and share their fuck-ups and also the learnings, I also gained a couple of learnings, and I would like to share some with you. First, the error culture. Studies have shown that Germans and Austrians are very good in preventing and avoiding uncertainty. And by doing so, they also confirmed that we don't have an error culture. Some people might say that's awesome because the error intolerance means also something good. We imagine what could happen. We also start thinking how to avoid a possible mistake in advance. But when the real problem starts is when still a failure appears, because that's then a really troubled situation. And as errors are taboo, we don't speak about them. And if we speak about them, then we do it very late-ish. By doing so, we prevent detection of an error at an early stage. We also do not start a pragmatical process. And most of all, nobody's learning something out of it. So if you take a look to Silicon Valley, in comparison, people are going crazy about failures. They say failure is a badge of honor. They feel very good and feel enthusiastic when they talk about that. But they also said clear, it's not about celebrating failures, rather than celebrating the learnings. The second thing that I have learned is that management styles can also have a huge impact on error cultures. So in Austria, we have a pronounced cultural value that is called performance orientation. It means at work that compassion is low and the interpersonal relations are very straightforward and also stern. Whilst the Anglo-American sphere, they believe in a success that is more driven by human approach, in which they try to comfort their staff into a friendly work environment where failures are tolerated. So this means that in Austria, our hard on the issue and also hard on the personal leadership approach might explain the achievements of Austria in the economical achievements of Austria in the last years, but however, it does not seem to be a promising way and a promising approach when it comes to future challenges. Another thing that I have learned is error analysis. So when it comes to error analysis, everything depends on who did a mistake. If oneself is concerned, then we analyze it very carefully. We think about what led to this mistake, which and why circumstances by which circumstances did this happen. But when somebody else caused the problem, then everything it is about the person. So our problems and our failures can be explained very easily. When it comes to the other person, then it's mainly because of incompetence, mainly because of stupidity and character. That's what a lot of people in Europe think. So I personally believe that innovation starts with the right mindset. If we agree on that failure is the mother of innovation, we would be much better prepared for future business challenges. Talking about business, I assume that here in this room there are a lot of business owners, but also future entrepreneurs. I think you will agree, all the business owners will agree when I say that progress cannot be secured by reproduction of existing goods anymore, and a bad error culture can be fatal. But innovation starts with trial and error, and that is something that European countries and also the German and Austrian culture is dealing with very badly. Because recognizing that there is a failure also implements that we have to change something, we must invest some efforts, and that is something a lot of people want to. But studies have also shown that people who are allowed to make mistakes, people who can learn from them, they perform much better. Not only because they found a new way how to solve a problem, but also they reflected on what went wrong. When we take a look at the startup scene all over the world, I think they already have this correct and a right mindset, a mindset of champions. Nothing is impossible. And I think, and I'm very positive when I say that once the startups turn into real companies, they will pass on this philosophy. So to all future entrepreneurs here, let me tell you one thing. In the startup world, failure means experience. Somebody who has failed signals to the community not only that I've been here before, but I've also gathered information on how what didn't work, and now I'm better armed to do something that will work. So at this point, I would like just to add one thing. Be a risk taker. Go out, start realizing things, take risks, and do it until you win. But having said that, I think the real driving force behind innovation is the rest of you, the society. We have to understand that failure implements something. It implements something that a person did something before. He or she have been brave. In that sense, a lot of companies and startups will fail, but we have to start accepting these failures of others. The key to success starts with empowering people. We have to acknowledge that failures can be also a very good teacher and can hold a lot of interesting surprises like LSD, penicillin, and also the blue little pills called Viagra. They have been discovered by mistakes. So having said that, I like to end here with a phrase that is attributed to a comedian called Carol Burnett. And she said, tragedy and time equals comedy. That's what I believe too. All failures can transform with time into laughs. And I'd like to encourage you right now and right here to go out, start your own things, start living your dreams, don't be afraid of failure, and if you fail, get up, laugh at it, share it with the world, and then do it again.